Hello, Star Wars fans. It looks like Melon did it again. It started without me. So here we are. It's just 283 days until Christmas, 2022, and we went live before we got the intro. No intro music. I know, Matt. I'm super sad. We love the intro when it works. But this daggone melon today decided just to put us on live. So here we are. And we do have a lot of things to kind of talk about. Coming up in April 15th, our friend Jason Presson from Polyhedral Paradise will be hosting another mental health awareness campaign. I'm trying to let folks know about that. I plan to participate with Jason on that to try to help raise some monies for mental health awareness in gaming. And then this summer, when my birthday rolls around, I want to be able to do sort of the same kind of idea for my birthday and raise some awareness for mental health. So, hey, Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net is here. Ronnie, good to see you as well. We're going to be talking about some of Jason's article today, as well as Bestman Bulletin. They've both been releasing some fantastic information about the Mandalorian season 3 and from the Kenobi show. And so when we start to get into that content, I'll let you all know. If you don't want spoilers, you don't want to know what's going to happen before it happens, then we'll let you escape right before that. Right before we do that. But also wanted to let you all know that yesterday I went into Patreon and set it up with Discord so that if you are one of our Patreon supporters, you also get access to the members only Discord channel. So if you want to support over on Patreon side, you can do that and still get that Discord benefit. So all of that is there. And yes, Jason, please, please like the video, do the YouTube things, let folks know that we're out here, and want to let you all know too that. And I was just telling a Magic Maker before we came on that they cut a big old hole in our wall today. They're going to put a glass sliding door in there, and then they cut a smaller hole for a brand new window. We've got those coming in as well. So, Robin. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you again. We're going to talk about Mace Windu coming back and how it does make sense. So we'll get to that. That'll be a lot of fun. And I did want to mention as well with the Patreon, we've got it linked into Discord now. And we are planning some Patreon-only live streams. I've been talking with Captain Pennsylvania. I've told you guys we're going to do a Patreon-only. We're going to talk about King Conan. That was supposedly a big influence for the writing of the Book of Boba Fett. And I don't know diddly about King Conan, right? I know about Conan the Barbarian, but I don't know too much about the Jason. I get the joke. All right. Santa feet pics. How much? Right. Apparently, feet pics can make you a lot of money. I don't get it, but there you go. But Captain Pennsylvania, he's
you know what they say about Santas with big feet.
Oh boy, yeah. So Captain Pennsylvania will be doing the King Conan discussion. He's got some things going on. We were going to do that this Friday, but now that's been postponed. We'll figure it out. Also, Nikki, who is here very, very frequently. Nikki is one of our mods, one of our admins on the Discord channel. Nikki and I are going to have another chat as well. And then the main gang, Alan Lavis, Lavis Blackman.
Coming soon.
We're gonna.
Your OnlyFans coming through, Santa. You know they say that.
I'm aware.
Are you going to unwrap presents?
No. So the main gang, Alan Lavis Blackman, we're going to do a Patreon and only live stream as well. We're just kind of working out schedules. So look for those coming on the Patreon support page. So just look for all of that to be coming, and let the folks know who are starting to find us over on Patreon the benefits for that. And of course, we do a simulcast over to Facebook. And the thing with Facebook is chats go out to Facebook, but not here. Yes, Dominic. Chats go out to Facebook, but the chats don't come into Facebook through this Melon app. And so if you are over there on Facebook watching us, first of all, huge thank you for that. Thank you for supporting us. But if you'd like to interact with us here, or interrupt like Meg does, no, just kidding. I love Meg. She is the best. But if you want to interact with us during the live stream, join us over on YouTube, and you can see us here. We've got Mike Porter here. Mike Porter, I was just over giving Trinity some hard time over on 2nd Street Marvel about his love and enthusiasm, his passion for Nirvana. You guys want to trigger Trinity today? Just start sending him Nirvana jokes, right? You'll get Trinity all kinds of triggered, and that's a triggered Trinity is entertaining Trinity. So
but just remember when you do, come as you are.
Come as you are. Yes, perfect. Very good, Magic Maker. And we've been chatting. We've been chatting this morning in Discord. Jedi Mike's a great dude. He's a great dude. He's been around for a while. We've seen him over in the Den of Nerds and here, and Jedi Mike's had a rough day today. And Jedi Mike, we want to let you know we're thinking of you, my friend. We're happy that you are here. We hope that we're able to bring you some entertainment and help with the emotions you're going through, and certainly understand that as well. And I met a brand new guy yesterday, new to us, Saviors007. He called me up yesterday. He was also going through a hard time. You guys, we have a channel in Discord for mental health awareness. And when you're going through hard times, we have a great community. Meg does as well. And we want to be there for you. We want to support you. We want you to know that there are people here who care about you and want to help. So if you're ever going through any kind of hardship, the mental health channel is a great place just to reach out, let us know. And we've got some great people. So thank you all for that. So I think that's all the notes at the front of it. And we've got a lot of things to go through today. And Meg is here.
Yes,
and
the thumbnail was very busy for a reason.
Yes, it is very, very busy for a reason. And I want to start with one that is a little bit. It wasn't in the
Before you
thumbnail.
start, let me say hi back to Anthony. Anthony said hi to me, so I don't want to be rude.
I did see Anthony making some discussions that can you explain what a Buckeye is? I've always wondered why Ohio State has that as a mascot instead of an animal. Well, Buckeye is like a walnut, except it's a nut that grows.
It's more sour and bitter and no good
right.
to have around.
It's no good to eat. Right, it's no good at all to eat. But it's like a walnut that grows on a tree, but it's a Buckeye nut. And as a Magic Maker said, it does.
Well, hello there.
It does. I didn't ignore you, Dominic. I saw you giving me. I even highlighted the chat where you're giving me grief about wearing my Ohio State shirt today. It's a green Ohio State Buckeye shirt. Dominic's a Michigan fan, so. I
would have ignored him too. I get it.
No, Dominic, I see you. I've been watching you in the chat. Vanessa asked a question. Is very pertinent. Is there a Michael J. Porter Bartholomew the first or third? No, it just goes straight to the second. Like it's just straight to the second. So there you go. Dominic, see, give me a hard time about my team, my alma mater, the place where I got my bachelor's degree. So
nobody's perfect.
And not only today is St. Patrick's Day, and it's Ohio State has a basketball game coming up tomorrow. Or yeah,
I see you're
tomorrow.
wearing
So
green.
I am wearing green for St.
Mm.
Patrick's Day. How about that? Deborah Young's from Cincinnati. Oh, Cincinnati's a great town. So there you go. Right. RF Gaming Channel. I don't think Ohio State's going to do too well on basketball. I got them winning the first game just because I am a graduate from Ohio State, so I've got to be a little bit of a Buckeye stan, right? I mean, I can't help it. I have to put that in there. But then after that, I got them losing, and so that's it. No, there was a toy announcement yesterday, and we can put this in the background. Our good friend over at Bosk Bounty, Tim, does the best vintage collection reviews. Real good friend of the channel, and he covered it yesterday. And we've got this as well in our Discord. We've got pictures of the figures that were released. They go back mostly to the original trilogy. You get the Imperial Gunner. You've got Stormtrooper. There's the Gunner, right? You remember in the Death Star, right? So you've got the Imperial Gunner there. You've got also a nice Stormtrooper from A New Hope. R2D2 remake is a really, really good one. This is good. Jason says, "Look at the video on the right, the suggested video right here. It looks really good, except for this dude up here in the right that is constantly giving people a hard time." No, I like Rob. There's R2D2. This is a good remake, by the way. This R2D2, really, really good one. So we have more pictures on Discord in the Vintage Collection channel. This is the old R2. The remake is infinitely better, and so we got more pictures on Discord. There's also nice. A couple Black Series figures that came out. It's a really nice R2. Like if you guys like, these things are less than $20, and a $20 R2, that's a really good one. The antenna can be pushed down and covered, and so it's got some moving parts on it as well.
It's much better than the one I got when I was 5.
Well, when I was like 11, 10. Yeah. How tall was that R2? I'm not sure, Astromech Jeremy, but go watch this video. I put the link to Bosk Bounty in the description here, and you can hear his review of these. So these are pretty good. So I don't get these last two figures. I mean, for collectors, they're great, but I don't see some kid in a store going down the aisle and say, "I want that dorky looking guy, with the funny clothes." I just don't see that.
That's what I was going to say. Like the dorky little guy with the funny clothes.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's going to sell on pegs, but definitely for collectors. So you guys go check out Boss Bounty. He did a great review of these figures. They're really, really good. So, and this R2 is definitely going to sell. Definitely going to.
Yeah, all every one of those characters are right there that you show on that one is very, very good. I like the detail they are. And to answer your question, Anthony, we don't really collect that much as far as the figures. We kind of put our Star Wars money into costuming, and so we actually have our own Mandalorian costumes or armor, and that's kind of where our money goes.
And Anthony definitely, when we talk about Mace Windu, he definitely wants us to talk about him getting yeeted out the window. He loves it when old people use terms like yeeted. Like, oh, I'm kidding, Anthony. That's funny. So let's talk about some of the articles that came out. The first is this Bespin Bulletin one. So the Bespin Bulletin released this article yesterday saying that Axe Wolves is coming back in Mandalorian Season 3. Again, Meg covered it this morning. Really good. Well, in a lot of folks noticed that this dude was missing the last time we saw the Night Owls, and I said, where was he?
That's my favorite dude, Axl Rose.
But he was missing, and some interviews with Katie Sackhoff, she had to address like, well, maybe he was using the bathroom. He just wasn't here, and there was an actual reason for him not being there, but he just wasn't in that. He wasn't in that episode, the season finale of Mandalorian, where the other Night Owls were there. So that's we see that's just a reminder of who he is. But you can see Bespin Bulletin. They posted this picture. You can see the big blue screen in the background, and right there the dude is Axl Woves right there, and Bryce Dallas Howard is on set right back here. So there's Axe Woves himself right there. So we can look forward to that in the season of The Mandalorian. And I did not mention, hey, spoilers. Sorry, I was a little late. Oops. Spoilers. Spoilers. Axe Woves in Mandalorian season 3. So
General Kenobi.
So no, I think that's good news. And there was a question about Casca Reeves, and were we going to see Diamond Joe asks, heard that she got the same treatment as Cara Dune. Casca Reeves getting the treatment as Gina Carano. There are rumors that she got let go for those reasons. They didn't renew her contract or didn't call her back for additional shooting. And to this date, we've got a lot of indicators that that's true. We know that she posted she wasn't doing any Star Wars shoots, and there's been no indication of her being on set. Like you see Axe Woves here on set. Now you don't see Bo-Katan either in this shot. It doesn't mean that Bo-Katan's not in it. We've heard rumors that she is in it. So the only thing is that we heard that they weren't going to bring her back. She got in some Twitter controversy, and then she said that she wasn't shooting any Star Wars. And then there's been lots of talk of other people being in and not her. So it would seem that rumor has legs. So that's all I know.
Well, that's a bad rumor. I don't like that.
Well, not liking it, not being true is different things, right?
Well, I didn't say it wasn't true. I just said it's bad.
Yeah. No, and she did a pretty good job of taking Boba Fett to task. I would have loved to seen her in some more action. Right? That's really what both of those actresses brought to the franchise, is that they have actual fighting experience in whatever context, but they're able to do the more physical kind of scenes and make it believable, and that's really, really good. But for political and other reasons, they've not asked them back.
Yeah,
so
it's a shame.
That's Sasha Banks, Mercedes. Yep. Astromech Jeremy. She may have been yeeted into File 13. There you go. Just another chance to say yeet.
That's Vega's favorite word. At least it used to be.
And Ronnie said she's let go due to budget cuts. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know how much her budget or her salary was, but
I'm sure they could afford the extra 10 to 25,000 that would have been.
Right. They could have sprung it.
I don't know. We have to add this color to this animation, or we could have Sasha Banks. I guess the color it is.
Right. I just think it's good to kind of get. I find it interesting how many leaks are coming out from Bespin Bulletin and Jason Ward making Star Wars between Kenobi and Mando 3. It's just like somebody's opened the gates on the dam, and there's just tons of information coming through versus what we've had in the past, where things were locked down a lot tighter. Of course, we still don't know about Bad Batch season 2, but
yeah, I don't know when I originally thought that was coming out, on May 4th, but it keeps getting pushed back. So I don't know.
Right, it is a leak feast, or as Jason likes to say, squirt. He squirts. He doesn't leak. So that's Jason. So yeah, I don't know what Disney. Lucasfilm, as far as like Disney Plus shows coming up, we know that Kenobi's coming up on the 25th. We got a release for Andor in August. We just don't know when. Yeah, look, Meg, I'm just quoting Jason. Jason said that. I'm just repeating what he has said. Oh, I didn't make that up. No, it's just that we don't know about the Bad Batch season 2. In between now and May 25th, there's not time to release the series, unless it started and we didn't hear about it. But or if they drop the whole thing in one shot, or in several episodes per week, instead of doing like one per week, maybe they do 2 or 3 or 4 a week. I don't know, or they drop the whole thing. Then there's just not time between Kenobi and Andor to fit it in. And Andor will take us late into the year, close to the end of the year. And if they're going to put Mando season 3 at the end of the year, there's just no room for the Bad Batch. So nobody knows yet when the Bad Batch is coming out. And I would love to know, because I'm super excited for it. We did get rumors from the Kinder brothers saying that Omega has aged up for season 2, and she's going to have a little bit different look, but that's it. Yes.
Yeah, I heard. Speaking of that, I heard that. Heard some people complaining that she has blonde hair because she's a Fett, a clone of Django. And I was like, I didn't say it. I was like, all right, let's think of the science of this. Of how my brain always goes. Here's the science of it, right? And which I always get smacked down on, because I always, the science never works in Star Wars.
Never. Forget it.
I was like, well, assuming genes are the same in Star Wars with an XY, chromosome, and then we took two of his X's to make the Omega clone. I was like, we don't know what genes are, as far as like hair and everything like that, sit on that X chromosome. So I was like, you don't know that. You don't know what's in there.
Right. And Diamond Joe, thank you for the super chat. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you too, my friend. Oh, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for the super chat. That's really good. Right. Ruben, that's hilarious. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Or where there's squirts, there's Jason. There. Yes, chromosomes are more complex than X, Y, and XX. And like you're mentioning, like hair color, eye color, there's all kinds of things that
you could have two recessive genes on the X, Y, and XX. But that's in general what you have. Of course, you have more.
That's just
it's a generality.
Exactly. So the next bit of leaks, spoilers, is in our Obi-Wan Kenobi area, and it comes from Jason Ward, who's right here. Jason Ward, making Star Wars. There's the Clone Wars flashback coming. Oh boy, you prequels fans should be super, super excited. I like the Clone Wars animated series as well, but this is going to have tons of prequel content. And Jason wrote this article. It also came out yesterday, and that they're going to bring in. It says the first fight with Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi doesn't go well for Kenobi, right? So he has to fall back, regroup, and reorganize. And it says Obi-Wan looks inward for answers, and that's when the flashbacks to Anakin really take center stage. And so he estimates, right? This is Jason's speculation, that's most likely to happen in the 5th chapter, so 5th episode. Cannot concretely say how many flashbacks, but can tell you the main flashback of the sequence of the series. So it's super exciting. The gist of the sequence is 19-year-old Anakin and Obi-Wan in the Jedi Temple. Hayden and Ewan are de-aged in the sequences. Flashbacks probably just after Attack of the Clones. Jedi and Padawan are in training dojo, and Obi-Wan's instructing Anakin on saber techniques. So that's pretty cool. You get a scene de-age, put them back in between episodes 2 and 3 of the prequels, and this is fantastic, right?
Right. I mean,
if you're a prequel fan,
I'm interested to see how. I mean, I'm more of a Clone Wars fan than I am a prequels movie fan, but you know that. And,
right. And I saw
we
got
say
David
that,
Tree
but it's
all the cool stuff. Yeah,
just aspects of the movies themselves that get under my skin.
I'll
watch them. I enjoy watching them with the kids. We still watch them. It's not like I'm going, oh, I hate these and never again will they touch my screen. You know, I'm not like that.
Right.
I'm still a Star Wars nerd.
Yeah, Will Morgan from MetaEgg. You remember when Star Wars didn't do flashbacks? Yeah, that was that was before Disney Plus. That's when. Right.
But now it's all they do.
That's what, we had the flashback to tank all made specifically for flashbacks.
Back to flashes.
It says the sequence ultimately very smart. It's more than just fan service. It serves the story. In the memory, Obi-Wan's understanding what Anakin understood about Obi-Wan's technique. So, like, he just took a beat down from Vader, and he's going back. He's remembering this training episode because he's trying to find the weakness in his technique. He's trying to remember the things that they were discussing and the leverage that he had. So it serves the story. It's not just, fan service, which is, I think,
which it should be. But to be honest with you, I actually don't want Vader and Obi-Wan to match up in real life at all. So
it's happening.
Yeah. It's happening. I hope it's just a bad rumor.
It's happening twice.
Yeah.
It's happening
I'm
twice.
I'm hoping that it's that in the sense that it's not. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen like in their minds or some way through the Force, but I'm hoping
it's happening.
Yeah,
it's happening.
I'm hoping it's not real.
Mano a mano. They're going to be dueling in person against each other, and in current time. So and there's 2 of them. The first one, Obi-Wan gets his tail kicked pretty good. The second one, Obi-Wan kicks Vader's tail pretty good, and that allows us in the.
Let me say, I hope that you and the rumors are wrong.
Well, brace yourself. I'm just saying, brace yourself, because what it does with the second one is allow the line in A New Hope to still be accurate. When last we met, because when last they met, Obi-Wan kicked Vader's tail. Right, so it works, or it can work. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it still kind of goes. It assumes that they really haven't met since it was the last time we met. It was, now I am the master.
Well, it's just Jason. Don't bring up that that merch thing that Mark did. It's terrible. It's not good. No, it fits
now
because
the circle is complete.
Kenobi still beat Vader. right? So the line in the original trilogy, the discussion in the original trilogy, what you've presumed since the prequels came out is that the last time they met is when he was being torched on Mustafar.
Right. So the line goes, the last time we met, you were the master, effectively. But if Darth Vader is Lord Vader, he's the master of darkness.
But he gets his tail kicked by Kenobi.
It doesn't matter.
We also need the scene where Vader says, "Hey, Obi-Wan, make sure my son gets my saber someday." Right? No.
Well, that is actually explained in the trilogy, because he basically says, Luke basically challenges and says, basically, you lied to me, and he says, well, certain points of view, Anakin.
Yeah.
So that's kind of,
hate you.
That lines are kind of explained in the thing. Just everyone lies,
I love the
right?
memes.
But in the course of a conversation, if you don't have, there is a grounding in that conversation, and there's an implication from the lines that they have not met since that, because now the circle is complete, and I am the master. So the meaning that the last time they met, Anakin was not the master. It was Obi-Wan that was the master, and now he's a master. He's a master of the dark side. And that's when they were only a master of evil, Darth. Only a master.
Again, that's from a certain point of view, right? That's from a certain understanding.
It is the conversation. Now, Luke had no context in the conversation when he's told what he's told. So the lie is what we're also fed and believable. All right.
But
the difference is now they were both there and they have context. So if they meet in between there, it's going to contradict, and you're going to have a break in the continuity.
Not contradict. It changes the perspective. It changes the perspective. No,
now the circle is complete and I am the master meaningless. It's like, why did you say that, Vader?
It's not.
It does,
because last time he met, he got his butt kicked and handed to him from.
Yeah. Well, how does he know he's not going to get his butt kicked now? He hasn't fought him yet.
Because he says, "I'm going to beat you."
He just says when he engages with him, after he engages with him, he goes, "Oh, your powers are weak, old man." He doesn't say, "I'm going to kick your butt." He's like, "Oh, your powers are weak."
Yeah.
The
last time we met, you kicked my butt. So
exactly. The last time they met, when Anakin wasn't the master, he did kick his butt and left him there to burn and die.
Well, he's still not. He's Lord Vader, right? He still has.
He is one of the two Sith Lords. He is a master, but a master of the dark side.
I hear you, but I'm just saying you can retcon it to put a different meaning in there.
Right? What it meant. And there's no retcon on that.
I knew what it meant when he said Anakin killed his father in A New Hope.
Counter that,
right?
I guess we have to wait for the dialogue to figure out what the heck that means. But I mean, you're gonna have to have some really good dialogue to make up for that, because I think otherwise you're breaking continuity. That's why I don't want to see them meet, because you're creating this situation of where you're going to break continuity, and I don't like that.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why I was going back to in A New Hope when Ben tells Luke
again. They do deal with it still within the movie.
I know, but when he said that, he meant that Anakin. I mean that Vader, Darth, right? His first name Darth. Darth killed Anakin.
Sure.
In literal terms, and even in the second in the Empire Strikes Back. The original scripts had Anakin as a Force ghost talking to Luke, because the Anakin was literally killed by Darth. But then
I'm with you. I understand the twist. Right? I'm not saying there wasn't rewrites and there wasn't a twist, but nonetheless, inside the trilogy, it is dealt with. Right. He goes, because even Luke says, from a certain point of view, he's like, yeah, I know, I lied to you.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
He admits it. He admits the whole thing.
That's what it all boils down to.
So in the middle of the of that trilogy, they deal with that discontinuity. All right, they deal with that. Right. They deal with it with dialogue, where he says, "Yeah, I lied to you because I needed you. I needed to motivate you." All right.
Yeah.
Without saying those exact words, that's effectively that's the message that was conveyed across. And he's basically saying, "Listen, certain points of view matter because you have to see what I'm seeing." That's not the same when you're having a conversation. If two people are seeing two different things as true and they're having a conversation, they're not communicating at all. All right.
Well,
you're not. If I see that the shirt is blue and I tell you get the blue shirt and you see it as red and you don't know what blue shirt, I don't know what blue shirt you're talking about, you cannot have a good conversation. So you have to be based on the same facts. So the same.
There's a couple things I got to catch up on. Now hold on, I got to catch up on a couple of things here, and we'll come right back to it. So Deborah put in the $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that, Deborah. It's so helpful for the channel, and your support means a ton to me. Says I just don't understand why everyone's so afraid of the encounter. Wait and see how it works out. Have an open mind. It could still mean the same thing, right? It could still mean the same thing. And then
but the fear is that it won't, because generally when they do things like this, they break the continuity.
Right. Not that George Lucas cared too much about continuity.
He said continuity is for wimps. I know what George Lucas said.
Neither does Filoni. Right? Filoni is his study. Also, it doesn't mind stepping on continuity when it works for the story. But there's a couple more things to bring up, and Meg put in a really good one in.
That's why we always have those levels of canon. We're still stuck with that same thing.
Lord. Yeah. So Astromech Jeremy, a great dude, by the way. Astromech Jeremy put a great post in Discord in the mental health channel this morning. Reminded me of one of my favorite hymns of all time. And we had a nice talk about that this morning as well. But Astromech Jeremy, is there a possibility that they meet somewhere similar to a cave in Dagobah, where it really is Obi-Wan facing Vader in a forced netherworld? So the quote for Vader works for all.
That's exactly what I'm okay with, and that's what I would like to see.
No, I don't think it's going to happen that way. Yeah. I'm a little behind, but catching up. It says, I want to say they're a magic maker. I'm the nerd that loves science too, and the genetics of Boba and Omega intrigue me. Well, it's tough when you mix science and Star Wars. You can get in trouble really, really fast.
Well, I did a whole video called "Throw Physics Out the Window."
Right? It's when you just threw up your hands. You're like, okay, I'm done. Forget it. So Meg says, but Vader says, when I left you, not when I last saw you. Right? There is no continuity error. When I left you, he left Kenobi when he right before he went and took down the temple. Right? When he had pledged his allegiance to Palpatine, right, and called him master. That's when he left. So when I left you, right, no continuity error. Does that help? Because you're like, I just don't like it. Grumpy old man. I know, I'm a grumpy old man too. Like, I just know it's the way it is.
Now I got to pull up the full line so I can read the whole thing.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Man on the Moon. Hey, yeah, by the way, Man on the Moon, another dude that congratulations, just hit 1,000 subscribers on his channel. Congratulations, my friend. I know that he was every time YouTube you get close to becoming a YouTube partner, and that 1,000 subscriber, all of that, they keep taking subscribers away from you. You'll get like 978, and then the next day you come in and there's 925. You're like, wait, I lost like 50 subscribers overnight. What happened? And that continues to happen. I see my subscribers bouncing up and down day to day as well. It's just a YouTube thing. But congratulations, Man on the Moon, for hitting the 1,000 subscriber mark. This is we as fans care infinitely more about continuity than George or Dave ever could try to. it's probably true. And there's also a good story that it's well over a year old, maybe 2.5, 3 years old now, that Thor Skywalker did about fans caring about continuity more than the creators. Like, and there's a good example from the Harry Potter fans and the prequels to Harry Potter and the Magnificent Beasts, and how even in that, when the author is the one writing, just throws continuity away. So it happens. Yeah, Deborah.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
like conversation.
I think the context of the conversation, even though, so the whole conversation is Vader says, "I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. Only a master of evil, Darth."
Yeah.
All right. And says, "Your powers are weak."
Why you call me Darth? That's not my name.
Mm-hmm.
That's
anyway. Your powers are weak, old man. Well, he's Vader says. And he says, "You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine." All right, and that's basically it right there. So the context of that, the way I perceive it and still perceive it, and I think if they meet again, all right, is that in the context of that, because of the whole thing, we've met again, and in the context of he's basically saying the last time that we met, I was the learner. Last time we were together, I was the learner. Now I'm the master.
When I left you,
yeah,
not when the last time.
But in the context of the whole thing, you got to look at the context of the whole conversation.
Look, it's classic Star Wars retconning, where you think you know what it means, and you have an assumption of what it means for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and then all of a sudden they come along and they add something new, and it makes you go back to the first thing and be like, "Oh, that's not. He didn't mean that. That Vader literally killed another guy named Anakin. He means that Vader's personality took over and Anakin went." But it's just
no. Obi-Wan lied, and we all admit that Obi-Wan lied, and even Luke looked at him like, from a certain point of view, like, I'm not going to argue this. We know you lied to me. I mean, and he still continues on that path. But even he, in the same conversation, when he says, "I can't kill my father," then we're lost. So he even admits that Anakin and Vader are the same person in the same conversation. So it is clear in that conversation that Obi-Wan has with Luke on Dagobah, all right, that he says, basically saying, "I lied to you, but, I from my point of view, I had to, and so he admits that it's a vaguely lie. And he's like, "Point of view? Yeah, you're going to see that this matters because he basically is saying, I had to motivate you to do something that I think is necessary. And because it's for the greater good. And if I told you the truth when you weren't ready," because that's literally what Yoda says. That was it bad that I know the truth? No, that you learned the truth before you were ready. The whole that context of those two conversations matter. And the context of that conversation matters. So as soon as you change that context, now, and you're saying you've basically broken what the intent of that context was. And I don't think that worked.
I'm telling you, it's happening, and you're going to have to work it out. And I've worked it out, and you're going to have to work it out too.
Well, I'm just probably not going to like it. That's probably what's going to come down to.
All right. So let's. So Green, I see this conversation. I can't help but click on Omega's dead. So I don't think so. Green Bear keeps saying that he thinks Omega's going to die before the original trilogy or the Mandoverse era. I do not think so. Omega is definitely going to die.
I think Omega is going to show up in live action. I really do.
Yep. I think you can count on it.
I think we're going to see her in the white original, prototype Boba Fett uniform. I think that's what we're going to see her. She's going to be a Mandalorian. She's going to wear the prototype white, and she's going to be badass. And we're going to be like,
yes,
holy crap, when we see her.
Will Morgan, Vader, Anakin couldn't have left Obi-Wan. He didn't have legs. Good one, Will.
Yeah, I guess it should have been when you last left me. You left me there to burn, you freaking masochist.
Oh, it makes me laugh so hard. I just can't help it. That's really good, Will. Should Vader have said, when last I saw you, we dueled twice in the Moon of Mustafar and in 22 series, you bested me now. I'm going to win this time. Like, it just becomes...
When last I saw you, you bested me twice, but then I beat you, and then you beat me back, and I'm going to get you this time.
I'm not going to beat you this time, the last time, for once and for all. And then Kenobi says, well, if you do, I become even more powerful, Darth. So, neener. I don't know.
Wow, your force is almost as big as mine.
Jason Ward, I haven't even dropped the controversial stuff yet. Oh, well, we have that to look forward to.
Thanks.
Oh, oh my goodness. Yes. Omega is alive. I think so too. Who wants a hug? That reminds me, that's from Elf. When Buddy meets the
Omega's
raccoon.
underage. No feeling.
Somebody needs a hug. The raccoon wasn't having it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, let me get caught up. Actually, Andrew, right. Now I am the master. Well, actually, point of contention, Anakin.
No, we don't necessarily need a hug. We do this off screen too. So in fact, the way we met was through arguing over the sequel trilogy. So
yeah, but right, and we agree a lot about
this is kind of like our MO.
We agree about the prequels and original trilogy for the most part, but it's just things like that. And this is what we want to show. We want to show that we can disagree in constructive and in friendly ways. Meg does it with me all the time as well, right? Meg comes in and harasses me. It gives me a hard time on my takes as well. So like, her favorite line is, what makes me and Santa different. Says, I like good Star Wars, whereas Santa doesn't. That's Meg's favorite line. She keeps saying that. I love her. She's the best. So here we go. Samuel L. Jackson wanted to return as Mace Windu.
Say height.
I would love to see Samuel L. Jackson return as Mace Windu, and he said that he was on set and they were doing an interview with him. And I want to just get down to the quote here.
I'm going to be contrarian. Fantastic. I want him to be dead.
Yeah, well, we're going to get there. Hold on. So he's being interviewed here, and he's asked, "Should I hold out any hope at this point for Mace?" And Samuel L. Jackson says, definitely. There's a huge history of people with one hand returning in Star Wars. The only person I've ever said that to about coming back was Bryce Dallas Howard, because I just did a movie with her, and she directs the episodes of The Mandalorian. So he said, you think you might be able to hook a brother up? And I mean, it says, I mean, you like me, right? She's like, I love you. You're amazing. He says, so put me back in there. Put me in, coach. I'm ready. I learned to lightsaber left-handed. Come on, hook me up. To that, today, well, when did this happen? The 16th, yesterday. Bryce Dallas Howard replied with the eyeballs, right? Like, ooh, I see this. I see. So I think there's a chance. I agree with Meg. I don't think that Mace Windu is dead. I don't think he died in their encounter, right? Yeah.
No, I agree. I've actually written a fan fiction where he lived, and I don't have a problem with him living.
So the question is, where has he been? So there's Dominic. You might say this is a free gift for Dominic because Michigan beat Ohio State this year in football. You say I like crappy football teams too. See, I gave that to you. That's free. But So where is he? If he's been
Well,
gone
at
all
least
this
we're in
time,
agreement with that.
right? Alabama, bah. I'll get Dominic to turn on you now. I'll
Like,
let him know. You're just he's an Alabama fan, Dominic. Don't let him.
That's
Don't
where
let
I
him
went
get
to
by
school.
no. So where has Mace been?
I think he's stuck on death stick somewhere.
Stuck on death sticks. Now, come on. I've got the way it could work out really, really well is just when he got electrocuted and yeeted out the window. You're welcome, Anthony. When he got yeeted out the window, he falls who knows how far. He lands. He's addled. He's got a little amnesia situation going on, and he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't have his memory, and he's severely wounded.
Right.
And it could be decades for him to come out of the fog and to have some flashback memories of who he is, what he's been doing. He could have been having nightmares for years and years of different things and putting the pieces together. And so it takes a long time for him to get to a point where he's actually like Mace Windu again, right? He's some unknown, like, who are you? I don't know. Okay.
Right. I basically gave him the Ram Koda treatment, basically gave up and is done.
Gave up in what sense?
Kind of like the sequel Luke.
Okay. You have him just like, okay, I give up. We lost. Done.
So basically drowned his pain and waited to die without killing himself. And then someone comes along and inspires him to do more.
I see. I have him being like a John Doe for a couple of decades.
No, I mean your method could work as well. I'm not opposed to what you said.
Yeah,
that was just the basic.
Yeah. It could be. He could absolutely be kind of in a defeated state, but I don't think that would go over well because people are already unhappy about Luke being in a defeated state, and people are already grouchy about Obi-Wan being in a defeated state at the beginning of the Kenobi series. And there's all kinds of nonsense out there about that as well. So, and I do want to bring up, like, and this is just one of the reasons I started this channel, and we talked about it just a moment ago, is because there are factions in this fandom that are not necessarily. I think I don't feel they're healthy. I think there's some factions of the fandom that are so divisive that they push us apart from one another. And one of the things we've been working really hard to do is pull the factions together. You and I have been doing that for some time. That's what Meg and I do, and that's with Jason and X-Wing, our friend Sheev the Wise. There's a bunch of us now, and even the folks over at Echo Based Network. We're all been trying to reach across and understand each other's point of view, understand that we all come to the fandom from a place of love and enjoyment. And when we have criticisms, when there are things that we don't like, then we can voice those, right? We can have those discussions, but then it comes across as a way like constructive, like what we just did on the whole Kenobi bit, right? We can have really thought out, really well reasoned arguments, and at the end of the day, we're still friends.
Yeah. And ultimately, if I'm wrong, I just have to accept it, or not like Star Wars. And so,
right.
What happens if it's something I don't like? I just go, oh well.
Yeah, I'm already seeing the videos about Kenobi, and there have been several in the last few days, and one that was brought my attention even today, where they're going the whole social justice side of things, and they're setting up these straw men. Like, well, Kenobi's not going to be the star of Kenobi; it's going to be the third sister, so that we can elevate a black woman over a white man. And they're just making a nonsense argument based off of this whole social justice platform rather than the story itself. Look, the story hasn't even come out yet, for Pete's sake. You don't know what's going to happen, even with all the leaks that Jason and the folks over at Bespin Bulletin have given us. There's nothing in those that make me feel like they're going to put Kenobi down.
Right. I will say this: while I don't think they're going to do that, I would be irritated if the show was primarily about Reva. Not because I don't think Reva's a cool character, but because I'm going to see Obi-Wan. The same thing as I got irritated, even though I liked they're probably the two best episodes. I was actually quite irritated about it. Din Djarin being two full episodes of the Book of Boba Fett. I was like, I don't like that. This is a book about Book of Boba Fett, not the book of Din Djarin. So I got irritated by that. I mean, I expressed. I mean, it's not to say I didn't like those episodes. I did. But I mean, I just was like, I would have rather have had a better story and more fleshed out story with Boba Fett and dealt with Din Djarin in Mandalorian 3. Even if it was just to reference those things.
Yeah, I think that that's a valid criticism many folks have had, and you made a really good point there. Said not that I didn't enjoy the Book of Boba Fett, it's just I didn't get what I necessarily wanted, and I think with Kenobi, we know that he's going to start in a bit of a defeated kind of way, right? We know he's going to start there, and he gets his butt kicked by Vader early on in the series. But then he regroups, he gets stronger, and he comes back and he beats Vader. And so you see this character arc progression of somebody who had to deal with losing his brother, right? Like when we last saw them together in Revenge of the Sith, he's like, I loved you, Anakin. You're my brother, right? It was tearing his heart out. Now, unlike Padme, whose dying love for her husband was greater than for her newborn children, and she just died of a broken heart, and even having twins that she loved. Yeah, such a terrible story, right? But even with that, right? That Obi-Wan, he leaves there like shattered in what's happened through Order 66 and what's happened through taking the kids and trying to save them. He doesn't know where they're going from here, and when it gets to this point, then let the story play out. Like Jason's already told us a great deal of the story, and at this point, I can't remember what Jason told me versus what he's told the public. So I will not
go there. Maybe he can tell us what he's told you in the chat. If he's still on.
Yeah. And I think Jason, and watch Jason's show, makingstarwars.net, catch his YouTube channel. He normally live streams around 2 p.m. Eastern every day. And he's got more leaks to share. He's got more content coming on Kenobi and Mandalorian Season 3. He and Bespin Bulletin have been coordinating their releases. They've been sharing information together. Yeah, I know broken heart syndrome is a real thing. I know that. But it typically doesn't happen right after they have twin children. That it has a big impact on parents' lives. Yeah. When I had my kids, it completely changed my lives. And you couldn't. And there have been husbands who have lost their wives in childcare, in childbirth. And they carry on for the children. There have been wives who have lost their husbands in terrible things, and they carry on for the children. But for Padme, her children just weren't enough. They weren't enough. Look, I'm a bitter old man. Leave me alone. Get off my lawn. I'm teasing because Astromech Jeremy sent a fantastic super chat. Thank you for the positivity, Trinity, Santa, Meg, Sheaf. Thank you so much. I'm oh my goodness, and Meg, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, and I love Meg too. Look, I've got this on my desk every single day. I've got my Mega mug here, my Meg merch. I love it. So there you go.
Yes, you are the most toxic ever. Meg, I just want you to know that. In fact, I mean, I watch you and then I just go, I can't believe her. Every time I slam on the table and pick it off, I'm like, I'm just let a few cuss words out.
Yeah, I'm saying we get a story arc of Anakin,
but
of Kenobi, following that with Anakin, and 10 years later, the Empire has won, right? And you hear that dialogue in the trailer. The Empire has won, and and he's dejected, and things happen through the series that kind of change his attitude on it, change his mind on it, and at the end, he defeats Vader. And there's, and I know this is Jason. I know that Jason's already shared this that Kenobi, Kenobi will see the Force ghost of Qui-Gon. In episode 7, in the 7th chapter, Kenobi's going to see Force ghost Qui-Gon, and so he will be very. He'll be very energized and kind of refreshed, and now he's made a new connection to the Force. He's alive and like has new hope, right? Which falls right into the theme of Star Wars, and it's going to show Kenobi becoming, dealing with that grief, dealing with the trauma, and then coming through it. And I think that's going to be about Kenobi. It's not going to be about Reva. I mean, Reva is certainly a powerful figure in the series. Reva is one
I think Reva is probably going to be your main antagonist, not Vader, even though there will be some face-offs with, or however it's going to play out. And the thing is, I think what people are complaining about is in order to make a movie or story good, your antagonist has to be really good. So if you play up your antagonist and your first pieces is making Reva to be badass and kicking the crap out of people and making her scary, well, that's what you're supposed to do. It doesn't diminish Vader. It doesn't diminish Obi-Wan.
Meg's starting a new group, like you have the fandom minute. She's starting a new group called Leaks and Leftists.
It could just be leftist leaks.
Leftist leaks. There you go, Meg. Oh my goodness. We've already gone our hour. Do you have time for the fan film, or
I got a few minutes. If we can put it on fast speed.
I will. I'll put it on fast speed. Look, you guys, go out. The link to this channel is in the description here. They've only got 384 subs. You could do us a huge favor. Go out and throw a couple subs their way. By the way, Man on the Moon, he lost a few subs today. YouTube did its thing. Go check out his channel as well. But today we're going to do this Schreiber film. They have 384 subs. We can get that up.
Yeah, let's go pop them.
I mean, 400. Is that too much? 16? 16? Yeah. If we could get 16 subs, that'd be great. But here we got Renegade, a tribute to a galaxy far, far away, a fan film. I will... I'll let this play, and you want to give it a little intro.
I'm not going to describe the whole thing. I want you guys to go watch the thing. But what I want you to know about this is that they're actually really cool. They take on some concepts that are given you in the Clone Wars. They take on some concepts in other books and stories, and so you're going to follow this. You follow this apprentice that's fallen, and who aligns with the Sith Lord. That's the basic premise of the story, and you're introduced to these concepts that I really like, and so I think there's the kind of things that flesh out Star Wars, and they're dealing with in one particular the Child of the Force, and and trying to bring back life in Star Wars. So these are concepts that are dealt with in the prequels, dealt with in the Clone Wars, dealt with in the sequels. I think they are great concepts. I think they do a pretty good job in dealing with them in this, and I highly recommend you going to see that. Now we're going to watch some of these special effects. They do really good, I think, on the special effects here. I think that it's that this is exactly what we are looking for when we look at fan films. I wish I could produce this kind of quality, but they do a really good job.
I thought they did a good job too. I like the story. A lot of the stories tend to be fan servicey, but this one I thought was just a good story in and of its own. And they're building. I was reading the descriptions, and they said that it came from a student film they did in college, and then they followed that up with this. And then there are all kinds of things in there about how they made it. There's a big list of the people involved in making it, and you can go and see the documentary, how they make this thing, So I think it's worthy, right? And they did a nice job. They did a really nice job. The shield I thought was good. I didn't expect that. Overall good story.
I think overall a really good story, and highly recommend it. I think that if you went and spent the 20 minutes that this is, it'll be 20 minutes well served. And so take a few minutes, enjoy a good fan film, and just realize that there are creators out there that are creating these really good stories for us. And if you can invest that time, give them a like, give them a sub, share it with your friends, help their stories get out there. And ultimately, this is the things, to me, these are the things that really build and rescue the community. It's not just, because we're going to disagree on movies, but if we can find these little pieces that we love and then we can make stories inside them, then I think ultimately that what happens is we come to express what the things we do love, together about Star Wars. And because we're always going to disagree on stuff, but we get to express what we love together.
Exactly. And have I seen The Last Padawan too? No, I have not. And that's not Shaq T. That's a dude with an eye patch. Just I don't know if you guys can quite see the resolution there, but and this is just really. I thought it was great. So yeah, give these guys some support. That'd be great. Look, we have Ralph Paul Lambrick. Thank you for joining the comments. Appreciate it. He's a soundtrack composer of Renegade.
Well, welcome,
dude. You guys did a fantastic job. Yes, and yes. Appreciate
the music fits. You did a good job. It was really good.
Oh, such a good job.
Yeah.
The story. I thought the story is well written. The effects are done really, really well. The acting is good. Because again, you've got people doing this that aren't like professional Hollywood actors. These are primarily people who are like you and me, and those who are here that just love Star Wars, and they want to, do these things out of their passion for the franchise. So I agree with you, a Magic Maker. Look, not every fan film is going to be for everybody, right? Like each of these kind of lean into different things that folks appreciate and enjoy in Star Wars. So if this isn't something that you care for, what I have found is by just looking into fan films, you can find something you really like. And
you'll find concepts in there that really reinforce what everybody likes about Star Wars. Typically, is what I find. I mean, like you might find some little pieces of it you're like, I don't like that, but there's usually like a core, like I don't know, 5-6 things that everybody likes about Star Wars, and so when they embrace and if you can think about those and then look at what they all appear inside the inside these fan films, you'll start seeing that, oh wow, this is really cool. And
right.
So, and here now we're introducing our force sensitive child and to the mix, as we were talking about.
Yeah, and Salty Texas Ranger, I see you here. A lot of, and just for folks that may not know, look, a lot of the folks who are here at the channel, they love to poke the bear. Like they come in here, they troll me on purpose. It's fun. We have a lot of fun here, and many folks know I love the sequel trilogy. I prefer it over the prequel trilogy. That's me. But so Salty Texas Ranger in here giving me a hard time about the Disney trilogy is sort of like poking the bear.
Salty. It's my fault.
It's all friends. And look, he's a friend of the channel. He's a good friend of the channel. And we can have disagreements. And I know he may not enjoy the sequels as much as I do, but it's okay. It's okay. And it's fine if you want to, what friends do is we typically pick on one another. And if you hang out with me and a Magic Maker, me and Meg, you will know that we do pick on each other quite a bit. Look at the effects here, the ship, the practical effects, that all of this, the integration is fantastic.
I agree. It's done very well. I love it.
It is. And a Magic Maker found this. He suggested it to us for this week.
Yeah. The next week's going to be the next iteration of those two stormtroopers that we love. So
okay.
A new one. So go and watch that one. Go look at the Unreal Cinema stuff. And they're doing a series on that. So they put out the next one. It's hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. So we'll do that one next week, and we'll talk about it.
I do know who's been naughty and nice, and David Tree. You know which list you're on. This is, I love the ending of this. So you know what I'm going to do? We're just over halfway in. I want to, there is a making of a video. There is. And that's, you guys, please go out, support these folks. They've done a great job, and finish watching this. In fact, watch it so you can hear Ralph's work, right? You can hear the soundtrack. You can hear the effects. You can hear the dialogue. It's worth your time. It's a half an hour, but it's worth your time. And there is a making of video on the channel. You can go see how they did this. And that's one of the things I know, Magic Maker, you are keen to learn as well, like picking up more on your fan film skills. And that these folks have taken the time to put out the making of video, and the soundtrack is available on SoundCloud. All the things. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And you guys make sure you troll Trinity all day today about Nirvana. If you see Trinity in the chat anywhere, you're a member of his Discord, send him your favorite Nirvana tracks, and he will love it. I'm just triggering Trinity. That's it's a fun thing to do. Good lightsaber duel here. I see a yellow blade.
Yep.
Now Meg's triggered. Hey,
I want to give a shout out too. So the most recent person to subscribe to us was Spectacular Moments. He was on here
I saw him in the chat,
and so I just want to thank him for putting us up to 490. We're almost there at 500, and if you guys can get us to 500, Vega has a little animation she's working on, and she'll put it out at 500. So if you can get us to 500, we'll get that little animation out. It's probably about 30 seconds to a minute, but she's working on it, and it'll be.
She centered herself, and now she's ready to duel. He's grabbed her other lightsaber. I want to stop this right before the end because it's got a little surprise.
I want you to go and watch it.
It's got a little surprise coming, and I don't want to give away the surprise. I want you guys to go out, please. Do us a favor. There are 384 subs. You guys go out, sub to their channel. 388. So we've been able to bump it just by a couple. Please go out, check out their channel, catch the making of, and the soundtrack look, the thing is really, really good. Astromech Jeremy subscribed. Very good. Thank you for that. Paul, thanks for not spoiling. Oh, it's a great one. Look, I promise you guys, I'm not a big fan film dude. But this one is one of the better ones.
No, this is a really good one. You'll enjoy it. It's worth your 20
really
minutes.
It's absolutely worth it. And we need to Michael J. Bartholomew the third, Michael Porter. We've got a Mike Porter dad joke here. I want to kind of wrap up the stream. We've gone a little bit long, but it's worth the dad joke. And I reworded this a little bit, Mike Porter. I reworded the dad joke just to make it easier for me to read. It says, what do you call an underpass with no peripheral view? What do you call an underpass with no peripheral view? Oh, tunnel vision. Oh boy. Mike Porter, dad joke. I love it. And you guys, if you've heard the music playing behind me, that's from Meg's Cantina. Star Wars Meg's music is on Meg's Cantina. Some of the compositions. She just released another one this last week. Dave Tree, no trombone today. No trombone for you. No trombone for Dave Tree. I do have it. I did bring it back out. It's sitting over here in the case, but it's still in the case, and I haven't warmed up. So no trombone today, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. A Magic Maker. Oh, I want to try something. Oh, I'll have to try it on a future stream. Streamlabs has a thing where if you've interacted with the chat, with your super chats and such, you can get. Let me see if I can add it real quick. Real quick. I got to go to widgets. Where are the widgets? Hold on. Widgets. There it is. Go to they've got one for in credits. Where is it? I'll find it. It's right here. View, tip, credits. Credits. There it is. Credits. Add. Credit scroll. Add. Okay. We're going to try this. It's an experiment. And for all of you who have supported the channel, who have been here, let's see if we can get this thing to roll. I don't think it's gonna. Oh no, I was gonna. You can play trombone. Yes. Let me see something. If I turn this on. Okay, and then turn this on. No credits. Sorry. I've got to figure that out. They've got a credits thing that does the scroll, like the Star Wars scroll. But I've got an outro that I made. I did it kind of by hand, but it doesn't stay up to date. We've had new subscribers. We've had so much support today. You all, I appreciate it so much. You don't even know. So, in a great mood. I do want to let you all know too that my work has kind of opened up again. And I'll be devoting more of my day to my day job, right? So I won't be able to kind of interact as much as normal. So you guys, that's it for today. Thank you all for being here. Schreiber Film, you made it. Thank you so much for that. We got to your content right at the top of the hour. So about 18 minutes ago, we made it. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. You guys, please go check out Schreiber Film. The link to the video we discussed is in the description here. You guys go out there, give them
watch,
a sub,
subscribe, and share. Make sure you share it to your friends. Take it and show it to them. I mean, that's one of the things I do. I say, hey, guys, come here and watch this. And we'll watch it either on TV with the kiddos if it's appropriate, and then or we'll I'll share it with my buds and around here. And so that's how you spread the word. That's how you get people to enjoy these things. So do that, and this is how you're going to spread the community. If you don't spread that like that, then you end up keeping it insular. Don't do that. This is how we spread it. This is how we build our community. share it.
That's exactly right. And when people do good work, we should acknowledge them for the good work they did. And I thought they did a fantastic job on this. So, look, and YouTube has already decided that this live stream is limited on monetization. It's not appropriate for its ad suitability. So, your super chats were fantastic. You really help out a lot.
I actually know why. Somebody said instead of twitting, they said something else. That's exactly why.
It happens. Look, it happens. But we have a great community. We have a fantastic community. You guys have been great. But I appreciate your support. Yeah. Please like the stream, joke, comment. It's a Mike Porter dad joke. I'm stealing content from another content creator. So thank you, Magic Maker, for being here. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys the next time.
Love you guys. May the force be with you.
And until next time, my friends, ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.